Liberty Coach has done it again. Frank, unlike anything we've ever seen. What's going on, sir?
Well, Happy New Year to you and to the viewers out there for sure. This is a 2023. It's a special series that we did for a client. It's all blackout on the outside, plus the interior's got a few different changes to it. We're really excited to show it to you.
To my knowledge, Liberty Coach builds the most expensive motor coach in the world. What is different about Liberty Coach that you're able to command such a premium?
Well, the interior design that my brother Kurt and his wife Kim do, pulling all that together, there's a lot of handwork that's done. Even though some of the stuff is done on machine, there's a significant amount of handwork that has to be done to bring those thoughts and dreams together, to make them come together. The quality of the finish work when it's all done, the technology that we do inside of the coach, plus the electrical architecture, which includes the Volta lithium-ion system, which is extremely expensive to not only purchase but to implement. The finish work that we do down inside the bays is second to none. When we look down through there, you can tell everything is put in place as it should be. It's not like it was just kind of tossed in there and wherever it landed it was put. There's a lot of thought process there for the balance of the weight and how the coach handles then as well. And then we have to go into the exterior as far as the paint scheme. The Dean Laux paint jobs that are on the coach are extremely expensive as well. So that entire package itself is significant just to purchase. And then on top of that, you have to add the labor, which we all know today labor is extremely expensive. So before long, it's not hard to figure where the price differences really are from.
And to my knowledge, you're the only one that has a lifetime workmanship warranty to the original owner.
That's correct. That's correct. And sometimes we will also transfer that to the next owner, depending on how soon the coach comes in for trade or on consignment, how the coach has been taken care of. So, you know, there's a cost factor in that as well. What that number is, it's very hard to determine because, again, the way that we build the coach, we really don't have to worry about that too much. Now we're looking at being into early 2023. We just came off of Liberty Coach celebrating its 50th anniversary. We've been building coaches for essentially 54 years. This coach that we're looking at here now is going to be coach number 896. Each one of them is hand done and hand massaged and well taken care of. So there's a lot to be said for that.
Yes, sir. And this is Artist Series number 20, I see. Now, we've seen some of the Artist Series Dean Laux paint schemes. Are you able to disclose how much of an additional cost it is for an Artist Series as to oppose just a regular Liberty Coach?
It's kind of hard for me to determine that because I'm outside of that loop. So that is something that the client does with Dean specifically. So we have a package that we do that's part of our cost of the coach when we do the interior, the entire package. And then when the design process starts with Dean, then he may throw some stuff out there to say, hey, listen, this is part of an artist series, or this is what this is, and then it kind of builds from there. So it's difficult for me to determine what that is. Yeah, the other thing too is that we are the only company out there that has a world-renowned artist doing the exterior of the coach, but then we also have, I would consider, world-renowned people doing the interior. The amount of coaches that Kim and Kurt have underneath them is well over 600 units. So there's a complete package here between the interior and the exterior of the coach that makes Liberty Coach what it is.
Yes, sir, absolutely. Well, can we take a closer look at this coach?
Absolutely. I mentioned earlier about this being a blackout series. You can see the wheels here are custom black wheels from American Racing Wheel Pros, and then Dean Laux did some custom work on there as well. We come in here to the first bay, our traditional layout that has the two slide out trays. Again, our slide out trays are the lowest profile in the industry. These are trays that we make ourselves in-house.
Now, is there a reason you have manual slide trays as opposed to power slide trays?
So the power slide trays is an option that we do, but then if you do that, you're gonna lose about 3 1/4 inches in your bay height by doing that. So we've offered that a few different times. People have said, okay, fine, maybe we'll just do 1 instead of 2 because they don't want to lose the height in the bay.
Yes, sir.
Our tool drawer that we typically always supply in the coach. storage drawers above. Second bay here, again, we have a slide out tray. This one goes 3/4 of the way across the coach. We have the storage drawers here above. We do a lot of labeling on the coach because everybody doesn't use the coach every day or on a daily basis. So we do a lot of labeling so that you get a refresher, if you will, of what certain buttons do and you don't forget what they do, how they work. And again, more storage drawers here. When we're going through this, it's hard to see on the camera, but when you look at how the edging is done, how the cabinets are all finished, if you look at that on a new coach, go look at a 10-year-old or 15-year-old or beyond that Liberty coach, and you're still going to see that all of that has still retained its quality. It has to do with how we put everything all together. It's made for the long haul. That's why we're never afraid to take a coach in here at Liberty Coach that's 10 years or older in the motorhome exchange, could be 20 years old.
Must have something to do with no squeaks and rattles to the original owner too.
There's that. Got a 65-inch TV down here in the bay. Mechanism that comes out in is manufactured by Liberty Coach.
How long has Liberty Coach been using this mechanism?
I'm gonna go back to 2013, I believe. So now we're going into about 10 years of utilizing that. Down here in the second bay on the forward wall, you've got the Moritz Octaplex 110 and 220 volt electrical panel. Those are all remote control operated. You can see our compartment lights or cargo lights that we have here. These have been blacked out as well. Third bay here, we've got the Kenyon grill that we supply. This is where it stores. You would take it out of here and then plug it in either on a table. We have outlets in the bays to be able to plug the unit in as well. Wine cooler was opted to have down here as opposed to a regular refrigerator we normally do. We've got a Crestron panel here that'll operate all functions from the exterior or interior of the coach. There's also a handheld remote control for operations of the exterior functions.
I'm noticing that the back screen is an image of the paint job of this coach.
Yep.
Is that something that's programmed into every Liberty
Yes.
coach?
So every Liberty coach has its own unique background graphics or wallpaper, if you will, that is a copy of the exterior paint job on the coach. So it's unique to every coach. Storage drawer above here. We utilize all the space that we can. On the other side of this cabinet is going to be the Volta lithium-ion system and the three 5,000 watt inverter units that are on there. That's a 58 volt system. Two of those inverters are also stacked, so we can run 220 volt equipment off of those as well. The washer dryer, the Wolf speed oven, which is a microwave, as well as a convection oven, can run off of that also.
Yeah, I don't know anyone else in the industry using three 5,000 watt inverters. How many ACs can you run and how long can you run those ACs for?
So on a typical system like this is that has the two 58 volt packs, you can run one of the roof air units, depending on the temperature outside, easily for 15 hours before the generator is going to kick on. You can run two AC units for 8 hours, 7.5 to 8 hours. So the longevity of what we have here is second to none. You'd have to have 38 8D batteries that you're used to seeing in most motor coaches that are out there to be able to equate to what we have in this pack. And those 38 batteries would only be good for one time of doing that. Where this, we're looking at longevity 20 to 25 years. So it's a completely different way of doing a house electrical system. It's something that we've been doing since coach number 806. We're now on coach 896, so we've got 90 of these units that are out there functioning, and it's the best decision we ever made. Storage drawers here. The other side of this wall is going to be the DEF tank. You can fill the DEF on the driver's side of the coach. Your fuel is in the center area here. We have 220 gallons of fuel, which can be fueled from the passenger side as well as the driver's side. One thing that's unique about the Prevost, as opposed to the other companies that are out there that I see and use their product, you have to fill the diesel at a different location than you have to fill the DEF. Or the other part of it is You have to kind of get down on your hands and knees to be able to fuel the coach or DEF because everything is down so low. This is built because of the response and the integration that Prevost has done for 100 years now, almost 100 years now, listening to operators and users. What's easier to fuel a coach? How is it easier to put DEF in a coach? There's so many different things that the Prevost chassis has above and beyond any other chassis, just on the longevity and the serviceability than any other product out there.
And Prevost does a lot more than just the motorhome size. Do you know about how many buses a year Prevost builds?
At one point they were up to 1,000. They will probably like to be comfortable in at 700 to 800 units a year. There's a significant amount that goes to the shell business, which we're considered shell. Every one of the entertainers that are out there rolling on the highway are all in Prevost chassis, be it an X3 or an H. And then they've taken over significantly the tour bus industry over the last several years. And then even some of the Greyhound product you see out there is going to be on the X3 platform. Now we're back here at the fifth bay on the passenger side. As you can see, the traditional Liberty coach is going to be all high polished back here. We have gone ahead and blacked out this section here. So what's unique to this is we did this in a situation that when this coach comes up for resale, if somebody wants the traditional way of doing it, this is extremely easy for us to pull, and you've got back what we had previously or what we've done previously. So it was a little bit of a challenge to get that to work out properly, but we think it's going to be good in the long run.
Yeah, I don't think I'm seeing any chrome. Is there any chrome on this coach at all? Or
no, we get to the other side and you'll be kind of surprised by what you see over there. We've done the trim here that traditionally is going to be the polished stainless. That's blacked out as well. But once again, this stuff can be easily changed off to put it to the stainless. We've got a pressure washer back here on the rear engine passenger side compartment. And that has the DI tanks that are up in the first bay on the driver's side, which we'll see when we get to that. It was opted to leave or do not install our traditional polished belt guard back here. So you can see all the alternators that are here for the main engine, as well as the alternators for the Volta. You've got 20,000 kW of alternator power back here. So we're able to charge those Volta packs from a 20% state of charge back to 100% within 2.5 to 3 hours of driving down the road. That's unprecedented.
so typically when you're driving, you probably don't even need to use the generator?
There's no need for the generator. Most of our customers don't even know why they have a generator. Around here on the driver's side, again, you can see the blackout wheels. Now, what we traditionally have as far as the Liberty Coach polished stainless steel area here for the tanks and the areas here, this has all been blacked out as well.
Yeah, totally different look than we've ever seen before. How have people been responding? Or probably not too many people have seen this coach.
This will be the first time anybody's seen it.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Fourth bay driver's side. This can be a closet if one desires, or we've got the storage tubs in here. Into the generator compartment. So again, this has all been blacked out from the traditional high polish. And that's a 12.5 kW Onan. So because of the additional battery energy that we have, we were able to reduce the size of the generator so we don't have to get involved with DEF. So we're a tier 4 complete package with the engine from Volvo, as well as the less particulate that's in the 12.5 kW Onan unit comparatively to the larger units.
And is there a weight difference between the 20 kW generators that you used to use?
Sure, there's, you know, when we used to do the slide out trays, the airbag suspension, the physical weight of the 20 kW, the cabling that would go with it. So there's probably about 300 to 400 pounds there that we probably could easily come off of. Second bay on the driver's side, we've got the electronics here as far as our transfer box. We've got the breaker panels for the different DC load panels for the Maritz Octoplex system, which those are all electronically programmed circuit breakers. And we have the what's called the BMI, or the battery management box for the Volta system.
Does this always have to be plugged into 50 amp?
No, if you want to store the coach and you don't have the ability to plug the coach in, you can easily turn the coach off, as opposed to having to go to these battery switches and the batteries, you know, lose their their life while they're sitting. You can actually come over here and press one button and you can turn the coach completely off. And this state, if you're at 100% state of charge, you come back 3-4 months later, hit that button, you're ready to roll. So it completely comes back up to a full clean reboot of all the systems, which the systems like that, as opposed to the typical battery systems that are out there. You'd have to be charging those back up before you could even think about turning anything on, or everything starts to get unhappy.
Yes, sir, and you do have instructional videos on your website explaining that to Liberty Coach owners, and those instructional videos are exclusive to Liberty Coach owners?
Yes, there's a owner's portal that's located on the Liberty Coach website, and people that are owners of the coach, they need to email into us specific criteria, and then we will send them the password to get into that. We now have the first bay on the driver's side, and this is where the DI tanks are located for the pressure washer system.
Little bit of chrome still there, polished stainless lip on the...
Well, the reason that we left some of it on there was because of what we considered to be high traffic areas, high wear areas. So we figured that probably would not look as good after a period of time, so we would leave it.
Yes, sir.
That way. You know, you look around the exterior of the coach, the lighting that's on our cargo lights, our exterior lighting, that's all blacked out as well. The lighting for the turn signals and marker lights, those have all been smoked. The door handles all been painted through. This Artist series actually takes the paint and the painted vinyl graphic through a lot of the window that you see here. And when we're inside the coach, you can still see how much you can see out of the coach with that being covered up. The mirrors have been blacked out as well on the exterior of the coach, so it's got a unique look to it, and we're pretty excited to see the response.
Yes, sir. And real quick, I'm just noticing the paint scheme continues through this little sensor here.
Through the blind spot detection system, yes. So those are all installed prior to the coach going to Dean's shop, and they will go through and paint those. The layer of paint, the thickness of paint, the size of the metallic, all has to be regulated so that we don't interfere with the sensitivity of the radar system. So, you know, the paint that's on those parts and the metallic is going to be different than what's on the coaches, you know, totally. So that's a completely different aspect of where costs are as well.
Yes, sir. I don't know if I've seen this before. There's like a little light bar up front. Is that something new? Or?
Yeah, that was asked to be done by the client. So this thing, if it's all on there, it's going to be bright.
Yes, sir.
It'll be melting snow.
Yes, sir. Well, you think we could take a look inside?
I hope we can. Yeah, let's do it.
Absolutely stunning. Liberty Coach has done it again. What are we looking at here, sir?
Well, this is a 2023. This is a triple super slide in the rear, which is what has been termed the super suite. This is a bath and a half. It has the extended galley arrangement with the waterfall edge to it. Single chair here with a desk arrangement. This has become very popular because most people are not using the forward chair. Most of the time they're swapping the chairs from front to rear just to make sure that the wear pattern on them looks the same. The customer wanted to do the L-shaped booth as opposed to the traditional bar arrangement that we've done, which is now the second time that you've seen this here in a row. Actually worked out really well. The finishes and the textures that were done in here were done in a collaboration with the owner and Kim. It turned out really cool as far as how the feel of the whole coach is. It's kind of got a little bit of the more modern yachting feel to it as well.
Yeah, very light in here. Yes, sir.
Cockpit arrangement that we have here is the same that we've been doing essentially since 2016 model year. There's from the left side all the way across, there's 18 different molds that encompass this. This was completely designed by my brother Kurt. We went through and did new equipment to be able to do the sewing. We do all the upholstery in-house on this, so it's quite the job to do the whole arrangement. We've got a center pillar monitor here that we make our own mount and our tilt for it as well. Somewhat of a little bit of new upholstery design here we've got for the driver and passenger seat. The iPad Pro, the 12-inch iPad Pro that's here, does all the functions of the interior and exterior of the coach. This panel is unique. It has an additional screen to it for the cameras that are on the coach. You've got the exterior pan tilt camera. You have the 360 bird's eye view camera, which Liberty Coach was the first to install in the late 2016 model year, which the other companies out there have been using the last couple of years. We also have a hitch view camera, so we have a camera that's right on the engine door that's only purpose is to look right down on the hitch and the hitch ball of the coach. So you've got a lot of view here. Turning the turn signals on and off will swap the cameras for the 360 system so that you can see what's going on. You also have the blind spot detection system. Those indicators on the two windshield posts, the driver and passenger side, that's exclusive to Liberty Coach and has been since the 2021 model year coaches, starting with number 865. That is a radar view, a lane off each side of the coach, plus approximately 25 feet behind the coach. So as a car is approaching, or a truck, towards your trailer or your tow vehicle, you'll be able to get that indication up here as well. Prevost has in the last 2 years done an advanced driver assist package, which there's a camera that's mounted on the passenger windshield that aids in the collision alert system, which applies braking, a lot of braking if you're getting on top of somebody. That also has to do with the adaptive cruise control system that they have, and now the lane departure system. So they have lane departure as well. So the safety aspect of what we've got going on here is superior to anything. This coach has the driver's air conditioning system. So you've got two systems here actually. You've got one that does the whole front end of the coach here. You also have an auxiliary system that blows behind the driver and passenger area. So I normally will use the coach with the driver's AC on, the galley roof air on, and the bedroom roof air on. And I can assure you that from here to the bathroom area of the coach, you're going to be in a snowmobile suit. It can get cold up here.
Yes, sir.
The engine area, we're trying to keep that area comfortable because obviously we do have some engine heat that comes up. That's why we run the bedroom air going down the road. We've got a couple other things here on this that are unique. We've got some lighting up inside the stair area here on the risers to aid at night. Textures that we have here are finishes. One thing that people will say when they come in, or specifically this client, when they came in, they've built boats, they've done other coaches. They were not prepared for how detail oriented we are when we're selecting all of the fabrics and all of the finishes that are in the coach. They're used to, hey, this is the way that we do it. You got this color, you got that color. We're out of here in a couple of hours. This is a process that takes a good day and a half. And they were shocked by how detail oriented we are. When they left, they were extremely comfortable that the coach was going to come out just perfect. And they were shocked when they saw it.
Yes, sir. I'm noticing this monitor is a little bit different than what we've seen.
Right. This is a new Crestron thermostat. There's two of these that are in the coach. There's one here. There's one in the bedroom. Its specific purpose is for the S-bar heating system. So it is what kicks the auto heaters or the blowers that are in the coach on. There are 7 of those blowers that are up inside of the coach, and then there's actually 2 that are down in the bay of the water bay on each side, and then there's one in the front bay that has to deal with the DI system that's in the front bay for the pressure washer. So we've got 83,000 BTU of heat on the S-bar system, which then also heats the main engine. So realistically, this coach can survive at about 65 below zero and be able to start the main engine and drive off. I know because I've done it.
Wow. Wow.
So, and be 72 degrees inside the coach and none of the water systems freezing. That's the climates that we engineer the coach for. This has got a little bit different detail here on the backsplash with the tile feature that we have here.
Yeah, totally different pattern than I've ever seen.
Our paper towel holder that we do here.
Yes, sir.
Up inside, try and keep everything clear from the countertop.
Yes, sir.
Wolf induction cooktop. They wanted to do an espresso machine as opposed to the Keurigs or the Brew Express units. Wolf speed oven, which is a microwave as well as a full convection oven. Lots of drawer storage in here. all the lining that we do inside. This has been changed from some past coaches to be more resilient than being the fabric, if you will, the foam. We do this rubber textured material on the area below the sink so that, you know, you typically will put cleaning supplies and that type of stuff, easier to clean up if something spills. This is a little different that we've done on the last few coaches, where we're building a drawer to get around the drain of the sink, so you've got more storage in the coach as opposed to having all that dead space below. One thing you've pointed out in the past, every cabinet that you open up has a light in it, and that's something that also costs. It is a factor of labor and a part. So every cabinet has a light in it when you open it up, be it an underside cabinet or an upper cabinet. And that's something else that you challenge the rest of the manufacturers that are out there. They don't do that.
Yes, sir. And real quick, I've got to take a look at these floors here. This is a really different texture and style, but a beautiful floor, real light colored.
Yeah, it is cool. It is, and it gives it a bigger spatial feel when you're inside the coach as well. That is all heated. The matting that we do in there is sandwiched in another subfloor that's on top of the subfloor that comes from Prevost. And then that has to be completely finished perfectly because this material is very thin, and over time it would start to telegraph any imperfections through it. So there's a significant amount of labor that's involved to make this all flat and smooth before the flooring gets put down. Mirror treatment here. This was something that the client was wanting to get, is more of an antique-y feel to go with more how the interior looks. That is not the easiest stuff in the world to come up with these days.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So we've got the pantry unit here, all on slide outs, fully lit as well. The built-in Fisher Paykel refrigerator freezer unit. We've talked about that in the past on how you don't even know that that is actually a refrigerator that's there. The mid toilet room.
It's incredible. And again, these doors, this is a different style pattern.
Chevron pattern to it. Yep.
Yeah, really cool.
And again, all solid, no rattles.
And those doors are all built by Liberty
Yeah,
Coach?
they're all built by Liberty Coach. The molding that is here is all done in hardwood. When you come around the other side and look, the upholstered walls, the amount of labor that and intensive labor that goes into building those walls and finishing them.
I like the artwork in the half bath as well.
Washer dryer is located in here as we enter the bedroom area. And then this is what's been termed the super suite. So as opposed to the traditional slide room, this is 40 inches longer than what the standard slide room packages you get from Prevost. So that's the same on both sides of the coach. So it's made this area enormous. And then starting on the 2020 model year coaches, Prevost then made this rear driver's side slide 6 inches deeper to match the depth of the forward slide. So they're both 30-inch depth slides. This becomes essentially almost 11 feet here on these slide rooms as far as length. One thing we don't talk a lot about is how big our hallways are. I mean, you can come through here, you got a lot of room. This is something my dad would always do when we were going through and building a coach. He'd put his arms out, you know, do I have enough room to come through? Same thing with the showers. Make sure you've got enough room inside there. A lot of the other manufacturers, everything is very tight. One thing Kurt does with designing the interiors is to build the cabinets so that they are to the profile of the Prevost chassis, as opposed to just building straight walled cabinets. We're building to the profile so we can get more storage and more width inside the coach. As we're coming into the super suite, if you will, we have closets on either side of the bed. Nice big wide closets. Drawers here that are massively deep. We also have closets on the passenger side slide that are good size, big, hamper below. We do a lot of outlets in the coach as well. You probably noticed that outlet that's inside the closet here. You never know if you want to plug a vacuum in or do something, you know, inside the closet. We have that ability. Nice good drawer storage here. Storage on either side of the TV, again all lighted. Big closet here again. Nice big doors down below.
I like the mirrors are on both sides of the closet door as well.
Right, exactly. So with both of these doors here, the ladies love this because they can see behind them, you know?
Yeah, yes sir, yes sir.
We listen. We listen.
Yes sir.
And then of course the bathroom here, which is, you know, they talked about needing light. We got a lot of light.
Yes sir, yes sir.
I'll let you come through here.
Yeah.
And show off that part of it and the size of the shower.
Yeah, I think there's extra light in the bathroom too. I can just tell from the shadows on the camera, extremely bright back here. And wow, this is a different, I'm trying to pinpoint
totally different feel.
What's so different about this shower.
It has to do with the marble, that the tile area.
Yeah, and this is just such a cool, almost like a backsplash within the shower.
Nice little niche area for your soaps and what have you.
Now, the bidet toilets are becoming much more popular as well.
Yeah, we're getting more and more requests for those. So we have the ability to put them in. So it's an option for people if they want to do it, for sure. Can be added on after the fact because we can get the power to it and the water essentially is right behind it, so we can make that work real well. And we've got all of the electronics are in the closet between here, so everything is laid out very well, easy for maintenance. Anything that needs to be reset, all of that is back in here as well, so it's easy to get to. Lots of storage above the vanity, both sides, plus you have storage here, and then of course you got quite a bit of storage in the vanity area as well. So the backsplash here matches the backsplash that's in the niche of the shower to get everything to tie together really well.
Frank, I really appreciate you taking the time to show this beautiful coach to myself and the folks out on YouTube. Now, if someone's a serious buyer and they want to custom order a new Liberty coach, can you talk price on it? Or
So when you're looking at this, you're probably looking at in the area of about 2.7 million as an average, okay? So we're looking at doing orders right now for delivery January, February of 2024. We're building approximately 12 units a year at this point. If you're wanting to contact us regarding this type of coach, ordering a coach, or used coaches that are on our site, you'll just go to coachsales@libertycoach.com, email in on that. We'll get that and we'll get right back to you immediately. You can call in at 800-554-9877. You can also email straight off of the website if there's something there that you like to see. I also like to mention our other company, which is the Motorhome Exchange. We've got quite a good selection of inventory there, which is going to be pre-owned equipment of not only Liberty Coach, but Marathon. We've got Emerald. We've got other product, and typically product that's outside of 10 years of Liberty Coach production. Those coaches go through the same process that we do as far as getting them ready. Sometimes we may sell as is, where is on that part of the business, but either way you want to do it, we can make it happen. So thank you for being here. Thanks for making this happen, and thank you guys for watching.
yes, sir. Greatly appreciate you. Also, thanks to all of you subscribing to the channel and liking these videos. I hope you're all having a great day. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Bye.